Please clean up all around the pool area for your own safety and for the safety of all the others. Meine Damen und Herren, der Pool ist jetzt gesperrt. Wir bitten das Einschwimmen umgehend zu beenden, weil wir hier mit dem Wettkampf gleich beginnen wollen. And ladies and gentlemen, we are coming now for the victory ceremony of mixed 4x50 meter individual medley. Victory ceremony 4x50 meter individual medley. Wir kommen nun zur Mixed-Staffel über 4x50 Meter Lagen zur Staffelwertung, zur Siegerehrung. Und noch einmal der Hinweis, bitte umgehend das Becken verlassen. Hier belegte den dritten Platz die Staffel aus Island. Third and winner of the bronze medal, Iceland. Second and winner medal, representing Germany, SC Potsdam, Silbermedaillengewinner. Und die Goldmedaille gewinnt das Team WBRS, ebenfalls aus Deutschland in der Besetzung Jan, Nick, Arnold, Stefan Löffler, Marlene Endrolat und Svenja Emi. Herzlichen Glückwunsch! Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up, rise if you can for the national anthem of Germany. Meine Damen und Herren, bitte erheben Sie sich von Ihren Plätzen, sofern Sie können, für die Nationalhymne der Bundesrepublik Deutschland. Herzlichen Glückwunsch, meine Damen und Herren. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you once more again to the International German Championships 2017 in Berlin. We hope that this event become a great competition for all of us. We wish you a pleasant and exciting evening. We direct your attention to the pool deck. The officials of the evening sessions of swimming events will be entering the pool deck now. Meine Damen und Herren, wir heißen Sie noch einmal ganz herzlich willkommen zu den internationalen deutschen Meisterschaften der Behinderten 2017 hier in Berlin. Wir hoffen alle, dass es eine schöne Veranstaltung wieder wird. 10 Weltrekorde hatten wir bereits und wir begrüßen nun auf dem Pooldeck unsere technischen Offiziellen. Ladies and gentlemen, the technical delegate is today David Mitkov. And the referees for today, Ingmar Hahn, Andreas Reif, and Ulf Stoll. Starter women, Frank Stevens. And starter men, Manfred Keil. Ja, vielen Dank, meine Damen und Herren. Ich darf mich auch noch einmal bei Ihnen vorstellen. Mein Name ist Christian Holzmacher und neben mir sitzt Steffen Weber. Er hat bis eben noch alles vorbereitet und wir kommen nun zu den B-Finals, C-Finals und Jugendfinals. Steffen, ging alles ganz schön schnell in der Pause hier, oder?
Ja, aber es ist durchaus machbar. Die Zeit war ja ganz gut. Wir haben Zeit genug gehabt, das vorzubereiten und wir kommen jetzt zu den Finals. Und wir beginnen mit den B-Finale 200 Meter Freistil der Männer, B-Final 200 Meter Freestyle Men. On lane 0, representing Spain, Miguel Ángel Martínez Tajuelo. Lane 1 representing Chile.
Good evening and
Alberto
welcome back
Abarza.
to Berlin for the evening session of the International Deutsche Meisterschaften Swimming Championships 2017 here in Berlin. It's time for the finals and we saw some absolutely fantastic swimming earlier in the heats. No less than 10 world records broken. We're hoping for much more of the same tonight as well. I'm Jonathan Bell. I'll be with you all the way through these finals that we'll be witnessing tonight. I'm certainly very much looking forward to them as well. Make sure you get comfy wherever you are in the world watching this live stream and enjoy the swimming that will be on offer between now and the final race tonight. So we will be beginning things in the pool with the men's 200 meter freestyle, beginning with the B final. These are the swimmers that were 11th to 20th from the heats earlier on today. And in lane 0 from Spain is Miguel Ángel Martínez Tajuelo. In lane 1 from Chile is Alberto Albaza. Lane 2 from Great Britain is Jack Thomas. In lane 3 from Germany is Tobias Pollap. In lane 4 from Iceland is Robert Isaac Jonsson. In 5 is Yucho Tomita from Japan. Lane 6 is Darko George from Slovenia. In lane 7 from Great Britain is Jacob Lynch. In 8 from Poland is Patrick Kalinski. And in 9 from New Zealand is Jesse Reynolds. This is the men's 200 meter freestyle B final. And we are off then. Lots of different categories in this one. If you're brand new to multi-class swimming and you're watching on the live stream and you're wondering what all the different classifications are, that is the class that these athletes are put into depending on their disability. It ranges from S1 all the way to S14. S14 are the least impaired swimmers, and we have one of those in the pool here, courtesy of lane 2, Jack Thomas. Also in lane 4 as well, an S14 swimmer, I may add, is Robert Isaac Johnson as well. So you'd expect those in the higher classifications to touch in first. However, it's not about who touches the wall first in multi-class para swimming. It's all about those points that are given due to the speed in which the swim is done in comparison to the respective world record for that classification. For example, in lane 4, Robert Isaac Johnson, quickest earlier on in the heats, may touch in first in this event. However, if someone in a lower category manages to acquire more points than him and gets closer to their world record, then they will be the ones that take it. And if you're still confused by that, don't worry. As the finals go on tonight, you will certainly pick things up. The camera there firmly on Robert Isaac Johnson of Iceland. Touched on his qualification time of 2:05.69. He's in pursuit of the world record set by Vyacheslav Emeliantsev of Russia in Glasgow in 2015. That time was 1 minute 56.27. He's not going to beat that, but it's all about how close he gets to it. And first touch coming in there on the far side in lane 8 was by Patrick Kalinski of Poland. However, the fastest points so far is Robert Isaac Johnson on 793. Will that be beaten? Eyes on lane 3 here, and Tobias Polap coming in now. He won't be able to beat it. He's on 750, so he's moved into the bronze medal position here. So Robert Isaac Johnson, the S14 swimmer, is currently the one to beat. And still to come in lane 6 is Darko George, and he is a swimmer in the S4 category, chasing a world record of 2:55.81. That is a record that will not be beaten here, but Darko George is one of the better known athletes in para swimming. He came so close in the Paralympics to a podium finish. He finished 4th with the Slovenian. He was less than 2 seconds off a Paralympic bronze medal, and of course he'd like to medal here in Berlin, but a big chunk of the priority for all of these para swimmers is the World Para Championships coming up in Mexico City at the end of September. Those championships starting on September the 30th, running all the way through to the 6th of October. And you can see the Paralympic logo there tattooed on Darko George's right side of his chest. That's how much it means to him, para swimming. That's, you can imagine the disappointment of not being able to clinch a bronze medal in Rio. But here in Berlin now, he's looking to put in as swift a performance as possible. And there he is, touching home now. 718, the points tally for him. So let's have a look at the final standings then. In that B final, Patrick Kalinski is the one that takes the fastest time. However, it's all about these points. This is what we're really focusing on. Robert Isaac Johnson taking the gold, just 2 points ahead of Jack Thomas, and Tobias Polap in his home country of Germany, managing to get a bronze medal.
On lane 0, representing Hungary, Bence.
So next up will be the C final, and there you can see the athletes that will be taking part in that. Again, a big difference in classifications ranging right from S3 to S14. And that is what makes it so fascinating, because it may not be tight when you're watching with the naked eye, but the ramifications of each swimmer's swim is absolutely massive, and you can't confirm who's actually won right until the death. So let's have a look at who will be taking part in this C final. In lane 0 is Bence Mascari from Hungary. In lane 1 is Patrick Kowalski from Poland. You can see on your screen there Jose Faustino Alfonso Dominguez from Spain. In lane 3 is Kevin Casali of Italy. No lane 4 in this one, but in lane 5 is Benjamin Fulston of Great Britain. In 6 is his British teammate Andrew Mullen. In lane 7 from Spain is Ariel Enrique Schrank Martinez. Looking in good spirits there. In lane 8 is Dimitri Lee of Kazakhstan. Looking very focused indeed. And on the far side, completing the pool in lane 9 is Jacobo Garrido Brun of Spain. So Mascari, Kowalski, Afonso Dominguez, Casali, Kostakis, Fulston, Mullen, Frank Martinez, Lee and Garrido Brun. This is the men's 200 metre freestyle C final. Touched on the 10 world records that we saw this morning as well a bit earlier on, and don't be too surprised if in these first few finals we don't see many world records. That is because, as I said, this is now at the moment the C final, so these are the swimmers that qualified from 21st to 30th position in the heats earlier. The real ones to watch out for those world records are the A finals, and that will be coming up in the not too distant future at all. But for each of these events there will be a B final, which we've already had, the C final which we're on now, and the junior final as well. And then later on will be the A finals, and they will definitely be worth watching. Some real promising finals to come, and some massive names in there as well. Real talent in the pool here in Berlin, and this pool is known as one of the fastest in the world. And those swimmers will be looking to maximise the speed in the water to try and gain as many points as possible. This the 5th World Series event as well in the year, and the points accumulated from the World Series will really go some way to seeing who will qualify for the World Para Championships in Mexico in September. Already in this World Series we've had Copenhagen in March, Sao Paulo in April. At the end of April we had Sheffield. In June it was the turn of Indianapolis, and now we hope we have saved the best until last here in the German capital, in Berlin at the Europa Sports Park. Camera here on Benjamin Fulston, who will be the one to touch in first. It's all about the points though, remember. In he comes on 6.54, tied there with Dimitri Lee of Kazakhstan. Couldn't be much closer between the two S10 swimmers there, both directly racing against each other, but pipping them both to the top is the Italian Kevin Casali in lane 3. And the big question will be, will he stay in that position? 662, currently the time leading the way, boasted by Kevin Casali. There's still 2 left to finish here. Andrew Mullen in lane 6, who is an S5 swimmer, and the man on your screen there coming in now is Ioannis Kostakis of Greece, an S3 athlete who, due to his low classification, I beg your pardon, is no surprise that he will come last, but don't be surprised if he amounts some decent points here. By the way, Andrew Mullen has now touched in lane 6, and he currently leads the way. 691 points for Andrew Mullen of Great Britain in lane 6. He is the one to beat in this C final, and the only person that can beat him right now is Irene Agostini, who's the man on your screen, and he is chasing the world record set by Wenpan Huang of China in the 2016 Paralympic Games in Rio de Janeiro. 309.04 was the time there. He's not going to get too near the world record. However, how many points can he amass? He comes in now getting 669. He claims the silver medal, but he will not stop. Andrew Mullen of Great Britain winning gold there. Confirmation there of the times as well. Dimitri Lee was one who touched him first, just 0.04 of a second ahead of Benjamin Fulston. However, it's Fulston's British teammate Andrew Mullen that takes the gold. Irene Agostini gets silver, and Kevin Kasali gains the bronze.
On lane 1, representing Poland, Adrian Jastrzebski. On lane 2, representing the United States of America.
We move on now to the youth final, and all these swimmers born in the 21st century, which is the case mostly at national competition, but at international competition, and especially with some of the ages that we've seen take to the pool today, it's certainly quite rare to get swimmers all born post-2000 in the same pool together, racing against each other. Again, all in different categories. In lane 0, from Germany is Pascal Rentsch. In 1, from Poland is Adrian Jastrzebski. In 2 is Matthew Torres from the USA. In lane 3, from France is Hugo Didier. In 4, also from France, is Enzo Virpoor. In 5, from Poland is Igor Pirovitch. In 6 is Jackson Simmons of Great Britain. There on your screen is Justin Kaps in lane 7 of Germany. Next to him in lane 8 is Shamil Shahov of Azerbaijan. And completing the pool in lane 9 from Germany is Yannick Pelikan. So it's Rentsch, Jastrzebski, Torres, Didier, Virpoor, Harosevic, Simmons, Kaps, Shahov and Pelikan. This is the men's 200 metre freestyle youth final.
So, 200 Meter Freistil, meine Damen und Herren. Und ich habe mich mal an die andere Seite, sozusagen an die Wände begeben. Und bei mir ist der Matze Ulm. Matze, 2 ganz interessante Männer. Einer aus Magdeburg und einer aus Berlin hier in diesem Rennen, oder?
Couple of races that we've seen so far tonight have really epitomised multi-class swimming, where it reinforces the point that you don't know who's going to take the plaudits in this event right until the last person has touched the wall. That's what's so fascinating about it. And of course as well, with this being the freestyle and the classifications ranging, we've seen already right from S3 all the way up to S14, whereas maybe in Olympic freestyle everyone's doing the front crawl. There's a wide range in the pool. Some swimmers forced to use the butterfly stroke or maybe the backstroke as well. The more able-bodied swimmers leading the way, and they're on your screen at the moment. Coming towards the halfway point there is Jackson Simmons on your screen, and he is the one leading the way in the white cap. So very eye-catching shorts as well being worn by the British S13 swimmer. The S13 record being chased, 156.78, set by Charles Boer of Russia in Port Elizabeth in South Africa back in April 2013. See just on your screen as well in the black cap, just to the left is Justin Kaps of Germany. He swims for Delina Schwimmen team. This his home pool, and he's trying to make it his own here. He is an S10 swimmer, and the S10 record being he is chasing is Andre Brazil's of 1 minute 54.46, set in Berlin in 2009. One thing you will hear me say a lot today when I do mention the world records is that quite a few have been made in this pool. We will see any more tonight. Not here, but currently leading the way on the points there in lane 5 is Igor Pirovitch. But he's just been ousted there, as you can see on the screen, by Hugo Didier. 602 points for him. The big question is now, will he be thwarted by Enzo Verpoort, his French teammate, who comes in and is looking very dangerous indeed in lane 4. Will it be higher than 602? The answer is yes. 614 for Enzo Verpoort of France. So it's a French one too. Those two shaking hands there. Great team spirit with the French para-swimmers. They are the ones taking gold and silver in that event. Bronze being boasted by Poland's Igor Pirovitch.
200 Meter Freistil der Frauen Women's 200 Meter Freestyle B-Final. Und auf der Bahn 0 startet für Deutschland, für das Berliner Schwimmteam, Janina Breuer.
So we now move on to the women's side of the 200 meter freestyle. We start again with the B final. These the swimmers finishing 11th to 20th in the heats earlier. And in lane 0 from Germany is Janina Breuer. In lane 1 from Great Britain there is Zara Mullali. In lane 2 from Hungary is Bianca Papp. In lane 3 from Spain is Nuria Marquez Soto. In lane 4 from France is Elodie Laurandi. In lane 5 from the Netherlands is Lisette Teunissen. In lane 6 from the Netherlands also is Lisa Kruger. In lane 7 from Spain is Aridna Edo Beltran. In lane 8, completing a trio of Dutch swimmers is Manon Vermarian. And in 9, from the United States of America, on the far side is Aspen Shelton. Some names we've really become familiar with already today. Aspen Shelton has already got a world record today. Lisa Kruger as well. Lisette Teunissen has always got one in at 2. This is going to be fascinating stuff in the women's 200 meter freestyle B final. Just to clarify the names of the swimmers in the pool going from lanes 0 to 9. It's Breuer, Maloli, Papp, Marquez Soto, Laurandi, Teunissen, who you can see on your screen there, Kruger, Beltran, Vermarian and Shelton. Well, touched on Lisette Teunissen, who was the last to enter the pool due to her S3 category. She is the most. She is the swimmer in the lowest category in this final. But it is her own world record that she's chasing here, which is 3:25.17 in Berlin in 2016. She loves this pool. Can she add another world record to her list of accolades?
Sie möchte hier natürlich unbedingt nochmal die Quali-Zeit schaffen. 2:17.04 ist die heute.
You can see on the screen there in lane 3 on the near side is Nuria Marquez Soto of Spain. She's in the S9 category, chasing the world record of 2:09.88. In fact, that's Elodie Laurandi, I do apologise. She's chasing the her own S10 world record of 2:11.17. Again, that was done in this pool last year. And there in lane 5, you can see Sorry, in lane 6, Lisa Kruger with the black cap just off screen now. All eyes on Elodie Larandi. Will this be a world record from her, chasing 2:11.17? She's just outside it on 836, but she is the one still leading the way. A flurry there of athletes coming in towards the wall. Currently situated in second spot right now in terms of points on 774 is Lisa Kruger, and also up there as well with 760 points is Zara Mulali, just behind Bianca Papp, who's on 762. Elodie Larandi has touched in on 836, still leads things with Lisa Kruger in second, and currently situated in third spot is Bianca Papp. And now coming in towards the finish is Lisette Tunison. The record that she's looking to beat, 3:25.17. How close will she get to that? It's looking pretty difficult coming in towards the finish. She won't beat her world record, but how close will she get? That will really influence the points here. It's going to be very close. It's 830. She will get the silver medal, and gold will stay in the hands of Elodie Larandi of France. There you can see in lane 4. Touching in for silver is Lisette Tunison, and the bronze medal going for Lisa Kruger of the Netherlands. So, Netherlands finishing second and third there. The top of the tree is France and Elodie Larandi.
On lane 3, representing Germany von Hansa SV Rostock, Denise Grahl. On lane 4, representing Sweden, Piniella Lindbergh.
Some fascinating finals that we've seen so far in the pool, and it's only going to get better. On to the C final now. And again, a real mix of nations and classes in this one. In lane 0 from the Netherlands is Amber van der Kroek. In lane 1 from Great Britain is Lily McLeod. In lane 2 from France is Emmeline Pierre. In lane 3, from Germany is Denise Grahl. In front of a home crowd in lane 4 from Sweden is Piniella Lindbergh. In lane 5 from Germany is Gina Bocher, who is an S4 swimmer. In lane 6 from New Zealand is Rebecca Dubber. In lane 7 from Brazil is Laila Suzigan Garcia. In 8 from Egypt is Ayala Tufik. And in 9 from Germany is Verena Schott. So van der Kroek, McLeod, Pierre, Grahl, Lindbergh, Dubber, Garcia, Tufik and Schott taking part in this one.
Yes, and ladies and gentlemen, so that is International German Championships 2. We have Gina Böttcher on lane 5. She is,
and then they go into the pool. So in terms of fastest time, there's no doubt, unless something extraordinary happens, that the girl on your screen there, Piniella Lindbergh, will touch in first, the S14 swimmer. She's in the highest category, the least physically impaired.
It's a little bit later as in our
and the record she is chasing is Bethany First, world record time set in Glasgow in 2016, 2:02.09. Qualified earlier on today in a heat time of 2:18.03. Can she push that a little bit further and amass some more points? Also worth keeping an eye out as well in lane 6 and 3 on Rebecca Dubber and Denise Grahl respectively, both S7 swimmers and both pursuing Jacqueline Frenny's World record set at the London Paralympic Games in 2012. Time of 2 minutes 26.44 seconds. And again, another example that you've got to have your eyes absolutely everywhere on the pool when it comes to the multi-class events. You want to keep a tab on everything that is going on. It's not as simple as whoever touches the wall gets the gold. 50 meters from home now is Piniella Lindbergh, and she's going along pretty well as well. How close can she get to the world record? You won't beat it, not by any stretch, but it's all about how close you get to it in order to get as many points as possible. And of course the multi-class points system worked out through the Gompertz function. Something that I'm glad the computer's got a handle of. I'm not sure how many other people do. Very complicated indeed. And Piniella Lindbergh, nothing complicated about her swim there. 6.79 the points, and even when the first four have gone in there, she still is the one leading the way. So it's all down now to the swimmers in the lower classifications as to what times they can get. The remaining swimmers in S7 and S6 categories. Denise Graal is an S7 swimmer, and she's got 703 points there. Will that be defeated? Well, the question will be answered by Leila Suzigan Garcia. She gets 678, and it looks as if it will be a gold medal in the C final for Germany's Denise Graal, the S7 swimmer, amassing 703 points. In second spot and getting the silver is Piniella Lindbergh, and in third, getting bronze, is Leila Suzigan Garcia. Confirmation of the points there on the screen, and just a point separating Lindbergh and Garcia. It really couldn't have been much closer between those two.
Representing Poland, Gabriela Michalowska.
We swiftly move on to the women's 200-meter freestyle youth final now. And taking part in this one in lane 0 from Poland is Gabriela Michalowska. In lane 1 from Austria is Janina Falk. In lane 2 from Germany is Kim Sinder. In lane 3 is Felicia Libera from Germany. In 4 is Japanese swimmer Sakura Koike. In 5 from France is Jade Lebris. In lane 6 from the Netherlands is Inge Belfort. In 7 from Switzerland is Nora Meister. In 8 from Chile is Valentina Munoz. And in 9 from France is Lucie Etienne. So it's Michalowska, Falk, Sinder, Libera, Koik, Lebris, Belfort, Meister, Munoz and Etienne. This is the women's 200-meter freestyle youth final. These swimmers ranging from 14 to 16 years of age. Fantastic experience for them swimming at such a superb arena like this here in Berlin at the Europa Sports Park. And it's a fantastic facility, this. It was built for Germany's bid to host the 2000 Olympic Games. And right next to us here is the Velodrome as well. This venue playing host to the 2011 IPC European Para Championships. And as ever, host to the International Deutsche Meisterschaften Swimming Championships 2017. And if you just tune in, a very good evening, afternoon or morning, wherever you're watching in the world. I'm Jonathan Bell with you on finals day, on day 1 of this fantastic competition, the 5th and final World Series event. These athletes are all getting ready for potential qualification to Mexico City and the World Para Championships 2017. 550 swimmers will be making that trip to Mexico, with over 600 swimmers alone at this event. And then a lot won't be making the trip. So the battle is well and truly on for spots on the world stage in the autumn. Coming towards the final 50 metres here. In lane 5 and 6. It's very close indeed in the centre of the pool between Jade Lebris and Inga Belfort, S9 and S10 swimmers respectively. As our camera descends there on lane number 3, it's Felicia Libera of Germany, who is the one to watch right now. Going along very nicely indeed. Next to her on her left-hand side as well is Janina Falk. So Kim Snyder that touching it on 5:15. Leading the way though in lane 5 is Jade Lebris of France. 5:49 her points tally there. The big question is, will Sakura Koike, the Japanese swimmer, S7 athlete, manage to pip the score of 5:49? And it looks like a very resounding yes. 5:99 there, the winning time from Sakura Koike of Japan. In second spot is Jade Lebris of France. And touching in third spot is Janina Falk of Austria on 546 points.
Men's 100-meter butterfly B final. On lane 1, representing Sweden, Mikael Fredriksson. On lane 1.
So we change disciplines now and distance too as we go to the men's 100-meter butterfly finals. We begin with the B final and taking part in this one. We just wait to see the names that will be swimming in this latest final here in Berlin. Michael Fredriksson in lane 0 of Sweden. In 1 from Brazil is Felipe Villarreal. In lane 2 from Poland is Michael Golos. In lane 3 from Spain is David Levesque. In 4 from Japan is Takuro Yamada. In lane 5 from Italy is Riccardo Menciotti. In lane 6 from Great Britain is Jordan Catchpole. In lane 7 from Greece is Charalampos Tagiandis. In lane 8 from Austria is Andreas Anier. And completing the pool in lane 9 from Great Britain is Kahuro Harazawa. So it's Fredriksson, Villarreal, Golos, Levesque, Yamada, Menciotti, Catchpole, Tagiandis, Anier and Harazawa. This is the men's 100-meter butterfly B final. One thing worth pointing out as well, especially if you were watching the heats earlier on this morning, whereas in the heats the lining up of lanes was all down to time rather than points. The difference in these finals is that the faster lanes, lanes 3, 4 and 5, are occupied by the swimmers who got the higher points. So whereas maybe in an Olympic swim you would see lanes 3, 4 and 5 be the first into touch, here they won't be necessarily, however they are more likely to amass the higher points total. Someone definitely looking to get a great load of points. There's that man there, David Levesque of Spain. Coming towards home, looking very purposeful indeed. S10 swimmer chasing that world record of in his category. And as the swimmers come in, pretty much simultaneously on the far side, it's Kahuro Harazawa, who is the one leading things on 781 points. In second spot is Takuro Yamada, and currently holding third position with a point score of 765 is the Italian Riccardo Menciotti. But of course all eyes on the near side of Michael Fredriksson of Sweden as to what this S3 swimmer can produce on the back end of this second lot of 50 metres. Strictly speaking, there is no official IPC S3 world record. However, it still will be very easy for the magic computer with that Gompertz function to work out how many classification points will be earned here by Michael Fredriksson and whether or not it will snatch away the gold medal here from Kaoru Harazawa. So, coming in towards the finish, it won't be gold for the Swede. And he finishes outside the medal positions altogether. Not by much though. Of course the times there very varying on the screen, but in terms of points, not much separating them at all. No more than just 75 points between Kaoru Harazawa and gold, and Michael Fredriksson finishing in 10th position. Takuro Yamada getting silver, and Riccardo Menciotti gets bronze, but gold that for Kaoru Harazawa. As we now go on to the C final, can anyone in this race replicate that sort of form? In lane 0 from Poland is Kamil Victor Ryzelski. In lane 1 from Canada is Felipe Vacon. You can see just stripping off there. In lane 2 for Germany is Tobias Pollap. In 3, representing Denmark is Niels Mortensen. In 4, from Germany is Adam Karas. In 5, from Ireland is Barry McClements. Iori Zidzialu of Belarus is in 6. In 7, from Estonia is Robin Lixor. Lane 8, from the Netherlands is Olivier van der Voort. And in 9, from Italy is Simone Ciuliu. The men's 100 metre butterfly C final here in Berlin.
So, meine Damen und Herren, 100 Meter Schmetterling, und hier müssen wir noch mal ganz genau hingucken. Auf der Bahn Nummer 2, Tobias Pollap, war ja vorhin schon schnell unterwegs, ist heute Morgen einen Europarekord über diese Strecke geschwommen, 1:13:47.
Couple of names again to look out for in this one. Lane 8, Olivier van der Voort, one of 10 world records that we saw earlier on today. The S10 swimmer in this event is chasing a world record time of 54.71 seconds, which is incredibly impressive stuff. It was set at the Paralympics in 2016 by Denis Dubrov, who will get closest to that in the S10 category. Meanwhile, the battle on the far side, as you can see there, is between Simone Ciuliu of Italy and Olivier van der Voort, just on the near side of the screen. Both of them S10 swimmers, and both of them in pursuit of that aforementioned 54.71 time. Who will get the quickest out of the two? Well, it was Olivier van der Voort, but things are quickly changing right down the centre here. And who will get the gold? It will be in lane 4, Adam Karas of Germany. Germany get another gold here in second spot. Just 1 point behind is Barry McClements of Ireland. The two S9 swimmers really spearheading things there in that final. And the bronze medal going there towards Niels Mortensen. Tobias Pollap may have missed out on a medal, but he gets an area record for his efforts. The S7 swimmer doing very well indeed. That swims for SG Bayer, and they'll definitely be happy with that display. Up next is the U final here in the men's 100 metre butterfly. In the pool for this one, in lane 0 from Great Britain.
Tobias, deine
Fans, so you can see there, our German announcer Christiansen.
Tobias, du hast angeschlagen und ich habe schon gesehen, du hast gesagt, boah, was war los? Zweimal deutscher Rekord, jetzt zweimal Europarekord. Was geht da ab bei dir?
Ganz ehrlich, ich weiß es nicht.
Du Du hast auf deiner Brust noch stehen 2012, London, Rio, 2016, 2020. Schauen wir ein bisschen voraus. Schaut man schon so weit?
Oh, ja, auf jeden Fall. Also jeden Tag, wenn ich ins Wasser springe, denke ich mir, ich trainiere eigentlich dafür, um nach Tokio zu kommen.
Und dann machen wir vorher noch so ein bisschen Mexiko, oder?
Ja, hoffen wir mal. Mexiko ist nur eine Zwischenstation, danach geht's weiter.
In diesem Sinne, meine Damen und Herren, gebt ihm noch mal einen riesen Applaus mit. Tobias Pollap.
Und wir fahren fort mit dem Jugendfinale.
That's 7 swim-ups. So Tobias Pollap, very happy indeed despite missing out on the top 3 finish. For him, he'll be definitely happy with that area record. As we look now towards the youth final, just before we went to Christian in 0 on the near side, you can see with the Great Britain cap there is Oladaisi Adefison. In 1 from France is Maël Cornic. In 2 from Great Britain is Benjamin Fulston. Bence Massari of Hungary is in lane 3. In 4 from New Zealand is Kaylin Edwards. In 5 from France is Alex Portal. In 6 from Germany is Malte Braunschweig. In 7 from Brazil is Matias Menez Ribeiro. In 8 from France is Florent Marais. And in 9 from Germany is Julian Hirscher. This is the men's 100-meter butterfly youth final.
Ja, und natürlich haben wir hier in Berlin, bei der IDM in Berlin, die Brille ein bisschen auf aus deutscher Sicht. Hier sind 2 Kaderathleten.
Highest category in this one is S13 Alex Portal. He's in lane 5, the French swimmer. 102.77 was his time earlier on today, but the highest points was made by Kaylin Edwards in lane 4 of New Zealand. S8 swimmer got a time of 1:07.84 earlier on today, which compared to the world record in the S8 category set by Mao Dang Song, which was 59.19, is not too bad at all. Especially at this youth level. A reminder that these swimmers are all born after the year 2000, and they're certainly fresh as you like. As coming in towards the finish now in lane 5 is Alex Portal. First one to touch in gets 668 points. Can anyone replace him? The answer is yes. Kaylin Edwards, the man we were talking about there, the S8 swimmer, manages to take first spot and hold on to it as well. 675 the winning points for him. In second spot is Alex Portal, and in third position is Bence Moksari. You've got a time there of 1:07.4, 5th fastest in terms of time, but 3rd best in terms of points. Kaylin Edwards then takes the youth final gold. Now on to the women and the women's 100-meter butterfly. This is the B final. And in lane 0, we have from Great Britain one of the many world record holders that we saw from earlier on today, Megan Richter. Say is Elizabeth Smith. In 2 from Israel is Yulia Gordichuk. In 3 from Hungary is Sofia Konkali. Ellen Keane of Ireland is in lane 4. In 5 from Japan is Yuki Morishita. In 6 from Brazil is Emily Silva. In 7 from the Netherlands is Chantal Zijdeveld. In 8 representing Spain is Judith Rolo Marichal. And in 9 from Japan, completing the pool, is Anne Nishida. This is the women's 100-meter butterfly B final.
On lane 8 representing Spain, Judith Rolo Marichal. And on lane 9 representing Japan, Anne Nishida.
So full complement in the pool then for this final, and we are off and underway. Ready to see who will be crowned women's 100 metre butterfly B gold medalist. And it may be a B final, but it's certainly no mean feat to claim the plaudits from this event. The C final as well, because one thing is for sure, that those in the top 10 are absolutely world class, and to come in the top 20 in the world at this event is certainly something special as well. Just for the record, there is no C final in this event. We go straight from this B final into the youth final afterwards. So coming in towards the wall here, any one of three could get the first touch, and it will be taken by Ellen Keane, the S9 swimmer, bang on 800. Now, will that be defeated? The only one that can do that in lane 8, well, was Judith Rollo-Marichal, but that's going to slip out of her fingers now. What position can she claim? That is position 7. It's Ellen Keane taking things there. Zofia Konkoli gets second spot, and bronze will go to Japan's Yuki Morishita. Confirmed times up on the screen there. Ellen Keane of Ireland, bang on 800, 9 points clear as Zofia Konkoli.
On lane 3, representing Great Britain, Daniel Hartin. On lane 4.
Up next, as I say, is the U final. This is how it lines up. 5 British representatives here. 2 Americans with an Italian, a German and a Dutch swimmer as well thrown into the mix. In 0 from the USA is Julia Gaffney. In lane 1 from Italy is Irene Agostini. In 2 from Germany is Marlene Endralath. In 3 from Great Britain is Daniel Hartin. Also from Great Britain is Lily McLeod in lane 4. And next to her in lane 5 is fellow Great Britain Zara Maloney. Gia Pelagini is in lane 6 of the USA. In lane 7 is Inge Belfort of the Netherlands. Rebecca Lewis in lane 8 of Great Britain, alongside Bethan Eckley in lane 9. This is the women's 100 metre butterfly youth final.
Ja, und meine Damen und Herren, ich habe es bei der Vorstellung schon gemerkt, es gibt viele aus Göppingen.
So the 2 swimmers on the near side in 0, Julia Gaffney of the USA, she's an S8 swimmer, and Irene Agostini of Italy in lane 1. You may have seen already be in the pool there as the swimmers set off. That's because she's got an amputation on of one of her arms, which means she does the butterfly one-handed, which is quite incredible. Look at the swimmers though, the central 4, really taking things by the scruff of the neck. They're all in pretty similar categories as well. Lane 3, Danielle Hartin in S14, Lily McLeod in lane 4 is S13, Zara Maloney completing that British trio there. There's an S10 swimmer, and Gia Pelagini of the USA is up there as well. S13 swimmer, incidentally got a world record earlier on, only to have it straight away taken away from her by a fellow American swimmer, which I'm sure they had a laugh about afterwards. So far though, in the pool, certainly laughing at the moment, the British trio down the heart of the pool. It looks like a 1-2-3, but can anybody stop them? 588, currently the time, the score leading the way, which is being held by Zara Maluli, S10 athlete, who was swimming against the record of 102.6 set by Sophie Pascoe in the S10 category. Coming in now in lane 1 is Irene Agostini. How close can she get to her respective world record, which is 144.55. She gets 531 points. That will not disrupt the front three. And Great Britain get a 1, 2, 3. Led by Zara Maluli with the points, as we will see now. And not far behind her at all, Lily McLeod and Danielle Hartin as well. A big well done to those British swimmers.
On reigns 3, representing Belarus, Uladzimir Izotau. On lane 4, representing the Netherlands.
The men's 100-meter breaststroke final up next, starting with the B final. Ivan Bents of Hungary is in lane 0. In 1 from Belarus. Sorry, from Belgium is Parmentier. In lane 2 from Italy is Marco Maria Dolphin. In lane 3 from Belarus is Oladzmir Izotau. In 4 from the Netherlands is Fij van Hofwegen. In 5 from Spain is Antoni Pons Bertrand. In 6 from Austria is Andreas Enier. In 7 from Germany is Taliso Engel. In 8 from Italy is Andrea Masusi. And in 9 from Israel is Mark Melia. These swimmers looking very focused and determined indeed. On the near side you can see there Ivan Bents looking on. And there's Jessica Jane Applegate in the crowd as well, just taking on a snack and getting ready for the swimming that she will have later on. It's already been a very busy day for her, but now it's a busy time for these swimmers in the men's 100-meter breaststroke B final.
So, und hier ist ein ganz junger Mann, meine Damen und Herren, dabei. Er könnte auch noch im Jugendfinale schwimmen, aber er schwimmt im B-Finale bei den Großen auf der Bahn 7, 15 Jahre jung. Heute Morgen.
And again, as you can see from that shot there, perfect example of multi-class swimming. With usually in Olympic swimming, you would get a case of a pyramid if it goes by paper, where it's sort of the central lane leading the way like a point of a triangle. That is not the case, though, when it comes to the multi-class, due to the fact that the swimmers are ranked in their lanes due to their points score, not their time. So in lane 4 you'd expect your fastest swimmer. This time around it's the SB6 swimmer Fis van Hofwegen. He may be slower than some of the other athletes in this final, but he certainly is competitive when it comes to points. And the SB6 world record being held by Evgeny Bogadayko of Ukraine in 2016 at the Rio Games. First one coming in there in lane 3 is Ladzmir Izotau with 747, currently leading the way. Will that be beaten? In lane 4, Thies van Hofwegen is coming on now. He's looking to get as close as he can to 118.71. That is his world record in his category. And also on the near side doing very well is Ivan Bents as well, who's also in that category. It was very close between the two in the end there. Managing to get the first touch is Thies van Hofwegen on 700 and on 666, sorry, in lane 4. So he's not in a medal position. The one who gets first in the end and all that is Antoni Pons Bertrand. Well, that really was up in the air there as to who was going to take that one. It took me by surprise that it was Antoni Pons Bertrand in the end. But there's your clarification, 770 points. Ladzmir Izotau gets second and silver. As we look at some of the crowd there, mostly made up of athletes in that particular section of the crowd. Some of them looking tired, I don't blame them. 10 world records. You don't get that without a lot of energy being used up, I tell you. Next up, in the men's 100-meter breaststroke discipline is the C final.
Representing the Polish Paralympic swimming team, Rafał Kalinowski And on lane 9,
and lining up for this one, in 0 from Poland is Kamil Witka Ryzelski. In 1 is Vladimir Hlavic from Czech Republic. In 2 from Greece is Gerasimos Lignos. In 3 from Spain is Carlos Martinez Fernandez. Next to his teammate Ivan Salguero Odsea. Daniel Seaman of Germany is in lane 5. In 6 from Iceland is Robert Isaac Jonsson. In 7 from Italy is Fabrizio Setil. In 8 from Poland is Rafael Kilanowski. And in lane 9 from Germany is Lucas Karl. This is the men's 100-meter breaststroke C final. Most of these swimmers in SB12, SB13 and SB14 categories. The 2 exceptions in lane 3, SB8 swimmer Carlos Martinez Fernandez of Spain, and in lane 8 Rafael Kilanowski of Poland. So everyone else is in the higher categories, which means we should expect similar times from them, but the points could be very much contrasting. Emphasised there by those swimmers right at the front, more or less simultaneously turning at the halfway stage. Centre of your screen, doing a very good job at the moment, is Daniel Seaman of Germany, one of 2 German swimmers here. The home nation, of course, for this event, and they'll be looking to impress the home crowd, no doubt. And Daniel Seaman is making good inroads to doing that here. Just to his left in the red cap, you can see Spain's Ivan Salguero Orteza, and those 2 are going to come very close in terms of touching the wall first. Who's going to get the higher points? The answer to that is Daniel Seaman on 677, and he will take that as well. He won't be stopped by any of those other athletes. So Germany there taking the gold medal. In second spot is Carlos Martinez Fernandez, and completing the podium positions in lane 1 is Vladimir Hlavic of the Czech Republic on 647. Just 30 points there, separating those finishing on the podium. Confirmed times up on the screen. Daniel Seaman not only taking fastest time, but taking the highest points as well, and that is what matters. Gold for him, gold for Germany.
Auf der Bahn 2 für den TV 1860 Immenstadt, Johannes Weinberg. On lane 3.
And completing the men's 100-meter breaststroke finals, it is the youth final. 10 swimmers as ever taking part in this one. In lane 0 from Brazil is João Victor Benicio. There you go, you're on the big screen, mate. They're absolutely loving that one. Well, we were on about lacking energy. They certainly don't lack energy, that is for sure. Got a little rave going on there in the crowd. You might have to join them afterwards. João Victor Benicio then in lane 0. In 1 from Croatia is Tomislav Persa. In 2 from Germany is Johannes Weinberg. In 3 from Azerbaijan is Murad Habibzadeh. In 4 from Egypt is Ahmad Hashad. In 5 from France is Hugo Didier. In 6 also representing France is Alex Portal. In 7 from Spain is Ariel Enrique Schrenk Martinez. In 8 from Great Britain is Jacob Leach. And completing the pool in lane 9 on the far side from New Zealand is Kaylin Edwards. This is the men's 100-meter breaststroke youth final.
Durchs Wasser helfen. 1:29:05, das wäre die Zeit, die er schlagen möchte. Ja, es nochmal zu erklären, meine Damen und Herren. Sie sehen jetzt zwei Herren da stehen auf der Bahn 2.
Clean start there being made by all 10 of these athletes, and in the last final it may have been more or less swimmers taking part in the same 2 or 3 categories. This one could not be much more different. While Victor Benicio is an SB12 swimmer in 0, in 1, SB9 swimmer Tomislav Perza in 2, SB11 athlete Johannes Weinberg, also an AB swimmer in lane 3, Murad Habizadeh in 4, SB5 swimmer Ahmad Hashad, and the favourite for this one as well, he's chasing a world record of 1:30.07. Be interesting to see how he gets on with that. In lane 5, Hugo Didier, SB8 swimmer. In 6, Alex Portal, SB13. In lane 7, Frank Martinez, SB9. Jacob Leach is an SB8, and Kaylin Edwards also on the far side in lane 9 is an SB8 as well. So it's like a raffle, the amount of classifications we have in this final. That's what makes it so intriguing. So touching in first there, no doubt about Murad Habizadeh. 542 points for him. Who will beat him if anybody does? At the moment, the swimmers coming in are lower than 500 on the whole, and still leading the way is Habizadeh. So it's all down now to lane 4 and Ahmed Hashad. We said chasing that time of 1:30.07. How close can he get? If he gets close enough to it and beats the score of 542, then he is champion, and it looks like he will be as well. 564, just manages to do it by 22 points. And the Egyptian Ahmad Hashad takes gold in the men's 100-metre breaststroke final. And that is why you can never rule anybody out right to the finish. 564 classification points ahead of Murad Habizadeh, who must have thought he had that in the bag for a moment. And Hugo Didier comes out on top between the two French teammates, him and Alex Portal, as he touches in for the bronze. So we hand back over to the women now, and the 100-metre breaststroke, the B final, kicking things off. Just a few minutes away from that beginning. Polish team there, looking quite shattered from their day's efforts so far as well. And the lad trying to waft himself there with his accreditation. I think that's something I've been doing all day. Absolutely tropical heat in this swimming baths here at the Europa Sports Park in Berlin. In lane 0, Nicole Turner of Ireland. In 1, from Belarus is Alexandra Svadkusia. In 2, from Germany is Verena Schott. In 3, from Canada is Tess Routcliffe. In 4, from Ireland is Ellen Keane. Michelle Alonso Morales is in 5, from Spain. In 6, from Germany is Emily Tell. In 7, from Belarus is Natalia Chavel. In 8, from Germany is Neil Labuda. And in 9, from Japan is Mikuni Utsugi. Again, a clean and efficient start in the pool. Who will be crowned the women's 100-metre breaststroke B final champion? And if you're wondering where the A finals are, don't worry, they are on the horizon after this event. It will be the turn of the men's 200-metre A final. Really looking forward to that. Make sure you do stay tuned here on the live stream here, as we have day 1 coverage, the final session at the Internationale Deutsche Meisterschaften Swimming Championships 2017, live from Berlin. Surprisingly, we've had no world record yet after the 10 we had this morning in the heats. It was absolutely astounding stuff, but I am sure that we'll get a few more before the night is done here. And going along very well indeed, very close to the world record is Michelle Alonso Morales, 739 there, and we could see some even higher point scores coming in now. We do, courtesy of Emily Teller in lane 6 of Germany. 753 for her. Now, Tess Routcliffe of Canada is bearing down on a score around 800. It will be short of that. Will it be higher than 753? The answer is no. 728 puts her in the top 3. Up next is Verena Schott of Germany. She gets just short of 700 on 688. And the last one to come in now is Natalia Shavel of Belarus. So 753, the points to beat, and it looks as if it's just slipped out of her fingertips there towards the last. So taking that one in the women's 100-meter breaststroke B final is Emily Tell of Germany. In second spot is Michelle Alonso Morales, and in third is Tess Ratliff. Confirmation of the times there on the screen, but the all-important final standings with the points can be seen. And it is Germany once again getting another gold medal in this event.
United States of America, Ahalia Lettenberger. On lane 2 representing Canada, Camille Berubi. On lane 3 representing
So 2 more finals to go before we move on to the real nitty-gritty and the A finals. But still lots more action to come before that. Starting here with the women's 100-meter breaststroke C final. And the lineup is as follows. In lane 0 from Italy is Ariana Talamona. In 1 from the United States is Halalia Lettenberger. In 2 from Canada is Camille Beruba. In 3 from Brazil is Beatriz Quinero. In 4 from Singapore is Rusi Teresa Go. In 5 from Great Britain is Danielle Hartin. In 6 from Canada is Danielle Kisser. In 7 from Japan is May Inchanos. And in 8 from Iceland is Thelma Bjorg Bjornsdottir, completing the pool on the far side in lane 9. And completing a pair of Brazilian Quineros as well is Deborah Quinero. Well, I said in lanes 3 and 9 we have a double dose of Quineros in the form of Beatrice and Deborah. They are both in the SB14 category as well. Also in their classification in lane 5 is Danielle Hartin of Great Britain, who qualified in the heats earlier with a time of 1:19.69. That was only 700ths of a second quicker than that of Beatrice Quinero, who is in lane 3. And the SB14 world record that they will be in pursuit of is not on the screen at the moment, unfortunately, but I'm sure the points will give us a fair indication of how great a time was set there for that particular world record. And in fact, here it is now. So the SB14 record for the 100-meter breaststroke set by Michelle Alonso Morales. And of course we saw in that last final it was 1:12.61. How far out will these athletes be? And it's very close between Beatriz Quinero and Danielle Hartin, as the heat suggested. And coming out on top is the Brazilian. 7:04 the point there. So Danielle Hartin may have come out on top in the heats, but in the final where it matters, it's Beatriz Quinero who currently leads the way on 704 points. Can anyone behind her beat that total? It's quite a strong one, and these athletes are going to struggle to do so. Although in lane 6, a good challenge being mounted by Danielle Kisser, and just not enough at the end there. 668 multi-class points for her. The next contender is Ruisi Teresa Go, the Singapore swimmer, the best qualifier in the heats today, and it's 691 points. So into third spot she goes. That means that the winner there, Beatriz Quinero of Brazil, 704 points, 10 points clear than that of Danielle Hartin, and completing the fastest 3. Wedged in between the two there in lane 4 is Ruisi Teresa Go of Singapore, SB4 swimmer, with 691 points.
Costa Rica, Kamila Hase-Kiros. On Lane 3 auf der Bahn 3 für den SV Göppingen 04, Marleen Endrolat.
Well, this is the final youth final of the night. After this, it's straight up A finals. What a prospect. So, the women's 100 metre breaststroke youth final in lane 0 from Azerbaijan is Dana Shandibida. In lane 1 from Germany is Catalina Rusla. In 2 from Costa Rica is Camila Haas-Quiros. In 3 from Germany is Marleen Endralath. In 4, also from Germany, is Leah Stengel. Abby Kane is in lane 5 from Great Britain. In 6 from Egypt is Malak Abdel Shafi. In 7 from Japan is Sakura Koika. In 8 from Germany is Kim Snyder and her teammate from Germany as well. In lane 9 is Lajka Huita. This is the women's 100 metre breaststroke youth final.
So, und auch hier nochmal, meine Damen und Herren, toll, dass es hier 3 junge Damen geschafft haben. Die Katharina Rösler auf der Bahn 1, die Lea Stengel auf der Bahn 4 und die Rikje heute auf der Bahn 9 hier in dieses Youth Final zu kommen. Also, das gibt viel Spaß an deutschen Nachwuchs.
Just to mark your card as well, medal ceremonies will be happening throughout the duration of the evening. The first medal ceremonies that we'll be witnessing will be coming up after the 200 metre women's A final. And all of these athletes, especially those that finish on the podium, definitely deserve a cracking reception in those medal ceremonies for the efforts that they've put in today. It may only be day 1, but the bar has been set very highly indeed. And the athletes have made it very difficult for themselves to surpass that in the next 3 days, although I'm sure they'll manage it. These are some of the best para swimmers we have in the world, and currently we're looking at some of the best female breaststrokers that are today's youth, but possibly tomorrow's champions. As touching in first there, 628 points, is Leah Stengel of Germany. It's looking like the time to beat, and looking like a difficult one to beat as well. Currently in second spot in lane 5, Abby Kane on 564. That won't be beaten by Sakura Koika, who is coming in next in lane 7. Likewise, Katalina Rusla in 1. So it will be down to lane 6 and Malak Abdel Shafi of Egypt. SB4 swimmer chasing the time world record set of 1:43.87. A very difficult task indeed, and it looks like it will be too much for Malak Abdel Shafi as well. So Leah Stengel will definitely be delighted with that. She is a Berliner herself, swimming in her home pool, and will take the gold in that youth final. The confirmation of those times then in the final youth final of the evening. Kim Snyder touching in first on 1:26.01, but it is her German teammate Leah Stengel who is the one taking the most points. 628 there, ahead of Abby Kane and Camilla Haas-Quiros, who is in third.
Ja, vielleicht kann jemand der jungen Dame da drüben helfen, aus dem Wasser zu kommen. Das wäre total nett. Unsere Ägypterin. Kriegen wir mal einen Applaus auch für die ägyptischen Helfer hier, oder? Alle Helfer sind nämlich hier großartige Menschen, die hier tolle Arbeit leisten. Vielen, vielen Dank. Ladies and gentlemen, men's 200-meter freestyle, the A-Final.
Wir kommen zum A-Finale, 200 Meter Freistil der Männer.
So it's time for the first A-Final of the night, and it comes in the men's 200-meter freestyle event. And taking the pool here in lane 0 is Bas Takken of the Netherlands. In 1 from Great Britain is Lewis White. In 2, also representing the Junior Jack of Great Britain, is Alex Rosser. Just on the right of your screen there, next to his teammate Lewis White.
Lane 1. He was on the 3rd place over 400-meter freestyle by the Paralympics 2016.
In lane 4 is Thomas Hammer of Great Britain. In lane 5 from Israel is one of the legends of para-swimming, S1 athlete Ishak Mamistavalov.
And on lane 2,
in lane 6, you can see Jordan Catchpole. His mum saying on Twitter earlier that she barely has any fingernails left. Well, he certainly looks tense himself, but confident as well, you'd imagine. In lane 7, that is Francesco Bocciardo of Italy. Lane 8 will be Jan Povicil, and in 9 is Vincenzo Boni. So you may be wondering where a few of those athletes are. Those in the lower classifications there enter the pool later as they begin their race in the pool, and there he is, the man himself, Ishak Mamistavalov, there making his way into the pool.
And on lane 5, 2 times he was a winner by the Paralympics, and he is 4 times
and awaiting his entrance into the pool now. Is Jan Povicil, who will take to the pool in lane 8.
And on lane 6, representing Great Britain.
Und auf der Bahn 6 für Großbritannien, Jordan Catchpole.
As these swimmers gear up for the first A-Final of the night, and they certainly look as if they will set the bar pretty high. Jordan Catchpole earlier on today got a world record. Ishak Mamistavalov seems to beat his own world record wherever he goes, and Thomas Hamer thrown into the mix as well. Makes for a very fascinating race indeed here. Michael Schoenmaker, it's worth adding, in lane 3 will also begin in the pool. He represents the Netherlands as we get ready for the men's 200-meter freestyle A-Final.
And on lane 9, he was on the 4th place by the Paralympics 2016, representing Italy.
Und aus Italien, 4. der Paralympischen Spiele 2016 über diese Distanz, Vincenzo Boni.
So, S1 swimmer Ishak Mamistavalov in lane 5, who we touched on there, the Israeli. He's the one that currently boasts the S1 record for the men's 200-metre freestyle. He achieved it in 2012 at the British Championships in Sheffield with a time of 4:57.79. He was 20 seconds off that earlier on today in the heats, but of course he'll be looking to save his best for this final here. Meanwhile, next classification up is the S3, Vincenzo Boni of Italy. He's looking to surpass Wenpan Huang's world record achieved at the Paralympics in 2016. That is a time of 3:09.04. In the S4 category, 2 swimmers representing that. Michael Schoenmaker in 3 and Jan Povisel in 8. Richard Orib of Spain is the one who has that record from the Beijing Paralympics in 2008. It's a time of 2:55.81. And next up is the S6 category. Francesco Bocciardo is the only representative from that. He's in lane 7, and they'll be looking to beat Anders Olsen's time of 2:20.19 from 2007 in this very pool. S14 swimmer Jordan Catchpole is competing alongside his fellow countryman Thomas Hamer, who's in lane 4, and Alex Rosser as well, who is from Great Britain. He's in lane 2, and that record set by Vyacheslav Emil Anstev, 1:56.27. that was, and just outside there is Thomas Hamer of Great Britain, 945 points, absolutely massive from him. Well, we're talking about saving your best swim until last, and he's done that in abundance there, has Thomas Hamer. He leads out of the Brits. Jordan Catchpole and Alex Rosser, both on 809, nothing separating them at all. Both S14 swimmers, and both touching in at times of 2:03.95 and 98 respectively, and when it comes to the fine margins of the points, nothing separates them there. As you can see back on the screen again, Ishak Mamistavlov, born in 1979, the oldest swimmer in this pool, holding a 5-year-old world record in the S1 category. Will this be the race where he beats that? Remember, 4:57.79 is the time he is eyeing up. Meanwhile, still in the pool is Jan Povisel in lane 8, and also Vincenzo Boni as well in lane 9. They are yet to finish. Just coming in now is Jan Povisel, gets 758 classification points with a time of 3:21.88. Vincenzo Boni will be the next one to finish in the S3 category. Remember, it's at 3:09.04 the time he's looking at. He won't beat that, but how many points will he get in conjunction with that world record? 708 is your answer. So currently, as it stands, still Thomas Hamer leading the way. No surprise at all with that score of 945. In second spot with 871, going somewhat under the radar, is Michael Schoenmaker with a time of 3:08.37, which was just 13 seconds off the world record there. And then currently tied in third spot on 809 points are the British pairing of Alex Rosser and Jordan Catchpole. So, will Ishak Mamistavlov be able to spoil the party of the aforementioned podium positions? He knows what he has to do. He has to get at least 809 points to get on that podium, and if he's to beat his own world record, he needs a time of 4:57.79, and you can see just how courageous a performance this is. S1 swimmer, remember, is the lowest category. It really takes some determination and some serious effort to get there towards the finish, and to do the freestyle over 200 metres with one arm and limited use of the legs is absolutely tremendous stuff. So, coming in towards the final 5 metres or so now, the end board is in sight. Will it be a podium race? The answer is yes. He manages to get bronze on 859 points. It will not beat Michael Schoenmaker or that impressive total from Thomas Hamer, but nonetheless it has earned Ishak Mamistavlov third position there with the classification points. Alex Rosser, Jordan Catchpole, both on 809, were 50 points off the pace there set by the Israeli. Michael Schoenmaker with silver, and Thomas Hamer of Great Britain gets the gold medal. So there you go, that is your confirmed final leaderboard. Nothing changing in the front three. Thomas Hamer, 945, a staggering score from the Brit, taking the first gold medal of tonight's A finals. And there's plenty more where that came from, because just around the corner is the women's 200 metre freestyle A final.
Ladies and gentlemen, women's 200 meter.
And those finalists just now being paraded on poolside, right to the left of the screen. Being led in lane 0 by Poland's Elfia Jablonska. In lane 1 from Canada is Irene Agostini.
Representing Poland, Elfia Jablonska.
In lane 2 from Germany is Maika Naomi Schnittger, and as you can see those two on the screen there, in lane 0 and 1, Elfia Jablonska and Aurelia Rivard. They are both S10 athletes and very similar ages as well, born in 1997 and 1996 respectively.
And ladies and gentlemen,
and there is Maika Naomi Schnittger of Germany. Swims for SC Potsdam. In lane 3 is Elfia Delina of Kazakhstan. She got a world record earlier, really set things off as well, the S3 swimmer. There in lane 4 is Monica Boggioni, another one who boasted a world record from earlier on. In lane 5 is one of the best swimmers in the world on the para scene. It's Lisette Brusma of the Netherlands, the youngest in this pool, but she has 18 world records in the last 3 years alone. Can she get another one today? Jessica Jane Applegate already has. She's there, the Great Britain swimmer, in lane 6, alongside her British teammate Bethany Firth in lane 7. In 8, from Norway, is Sarah Louise Rung, another one who has already got a world record today. This pool is absolutely made up of world records. In lane 9, from the United States of America, is Mackenzie Cohn. She completes the pool. Working from lane 0 to 9, it's Jablonska, Rivard, Schnittger, Delina, Boggioni, Brunsma, Applegate, Firth, Rung and Cohn. This is the women's 200 metre freestyle A final. It's certainly an A-list final. Who will take gold?
Jessica Applegate.
Auf der Bahn 7, sie kommt ebenfalls aus Großbritannien, war Erste bei den Paralympischen Spielen über diese Distanz und war dreimal Siegerin.
So we talked about world records. Currently boasting a world record, Bethany Firth, who will start this race in lane 7. You can see just on the distance on your screen, she has a red cap, and she has the record of 2:02.09. She got it in Glasgow in 2016. Can she get anywhere near that, or perhaps surpass that tonight in the pool? Monica Boggioni in lane 4 holds the S4 record of 3:04.62.
3 times winner of the Paralympics gold medal 2016, representing United States of America.
And also Lisette Brunsma, S11 swimmer, getting her world record in 2017 in April in Eindhoven. Will any of those three get a new world record here, or will it be one that we have not yet mentioned? We shall wait and see. Just entering the pool there on your screen is Elfia Delina of Kazakhstan. What an impressive performance she put in earlier. The oldest of these swimmers by far and away, born in 1965. Will she be able to prove her experience here, use it well, and get a medal? We'll wait and see. This is the women's 200 metre freestyle A final.
So, auf der Bahn 2, meine Damen und Herren, ist sie in der Lage.
Off and underway, and with the different categories that we have in this one, ranging from S3 all the way up to S14, it's no surprise that already we have a very scattered pool. It's all about the points, as I'm sure you're becoming aware of right now. And looking favourite for that is Monica Boggioni, qualified with the highest points total, the S4 swimmer, earlier on today, and she starts in S4 as well. You may have just seen that big stick there right in the centre of the right hand side of the screen, and that is for S11 athletes. And the S11 athlete in this one is in lane 5, Lisette Brunsma, the Dutch swimmer who everyone in the para world at the minute is going absolutely crazy about. She really is the hot prospect on the scene, and the reason she needs that stick there on the turn is because she is a blind or partially sighted athlete, and all S11 swimmers, whether they are partially sighted or fully unsighted, have blackened goggles so that they are all on a level playing field. And we touched on Lisette Brunsma earlier on, how much she was looking forward to this event, how much she's looking forward to the World Championships as well in Mexico. She's looking to go into that as briskly as possible, in fine form, as is Jessica Jane Applegate and Bethany Firth, who are the ones leading the pack. So many Paralympic medals in this pool. One of them, Bethany Firth, going very well indeed. 2:02.09 is the time she's looking to beat. She's only 10 metres away from the finish. She's going to push it very close indeed. She'll be outside of that, but she won't be too far out. 945 points for Bethany Firth, 899 for Jessica Jane Applegate. Both pushing for Bethany Firth's record there. Neither of them could beat it. Now, coming in next, you can see on your screen there, with the white cap.
Und jetzt bin ich gespannt, ob die Italienerin Monica Boggioni ihren Weltrekord von heute Morgen noch einmal unterbieten kann.
Monica Boggioni, the Italian. How many points can she get? Looking to beat her own world record of 3:04.62, and it's looking good at the moment. She's currently on 2:53, and she's not far away from home either. It looks as if we're going to get a new world record here if she can keep up this pace. Monica Boggioni towards the touch, 1,042 points, and that says to me a new world record. It's a world record for Monica Boggioni. We'll get confirmation up on the screen, but that is a world record for the Italian.
Was für eine großartige Leistung der Italienerin. Und natürlich helfen sie jetzt auch noch ins Ziel hier mit rein zu Delina Gabidulina.
Well, it certainly beats her time from 2017. However, the one reason why she hasn't got the world record confirmed up on the screen there, and we will wait for it to be confirmed, is because earlier on she managed to get a new world record as well. So we'll compare those two world records that she's got today. Meanwhile, Aurélie Rivard definitely has got a world record on 868 points there, the Canadian. She only finishes 7th, doesn't get a medal, but gets a world record for her category, which is S10. So she beats Elodie Larandi's time from this pool in 2016, which previously was 2:11.17. And I'm just getting confirmation through now that indeed Monica Boggioni doesn't get a world record. She's short of her heat time by an agonising 600th of a second. So she gets a very impressive tally of 1,042. Usually that means a world record when you get over 1,000. However, because she got the new world record earlier on by 600ths of a second quicker than she got now, she doesn't get the world record. So just the one world record from that one then, held by Aurélie Rivard of Canada. But nonetheless, Monica Boggioni is the gold medalist from the women's 200 metre freestyle.
Christian Vincentic.
Up next is the men's 100-meter butterfly A final. On your screen there is the Croatian. In lane 0, it's Christian Vincentic.
And on lane 1, representing Kazakhstan.
In 1 from Kazakhstan is Verzan Salimgeriev.
Auf der Bahn 2, der zweite der Paralympischen Spiele. Zweimal war erster bei
An
Paralympischen
amputee
Spielen.
of both the left arm and the right leg, the S6 swimmer. In lane 2 from the Netherlands is Mark Evers.
He was second.
In lane 3 from Great Britain is S12 swimmer Stephen Clegg.
Mark Evers.
Aus Großbritannien.
In lane 4
Hatte sich qualifiziert und nahm
is
teil bei
S13
den
swimmer
Paralympischen Spielen 2016.
Aya Boki, and he is as well the world record holder in his S13 category. He was broken by him in Rio de Janeiro at the 2016 Paralympics. 53.85 seconds he'll be looking to beat. In lane 5 is Kiichi Kimura of Japan. There on your screen there from Greece is Dimithensis Mikalantakis. In lane 7 it's Federico Malachi.
Representing Belarus.
In lane 8 from Japan, looking very focused indeed there, is Yucho Tomita, S11 swimmer.
Representing Japan.
And last but by no means least is Alec Elliott from Canada, S10 swimmer, chasing down Denis Dubrov's time of 54.71 seconds recorded in the 2016 Paralympic Games in Brazil. So there's your lineup. We're looking very determined and ready for this one. It's the men's 100-meter butterfly, live here from Berlin. This is the A final.
Last year he is swimming here a world record. He was 2 times by the Paralympics, silver medalist of the Paralympics 2016, representing Italy, Federico Molacchi.
Auf der Bahn 8 aus Japan.
And on lane 8, representing Japan, Uchu Tomita.
Auf der Bahn 9 aus Kanada.
And on lane 9, representing Canada, Alec Elliott. Wir haben es
Auch Frösche.
Ja.
Great anticipation for this final, and we are underway. The one to watch, lane 4, S13 swimmer Aya Boki of Belarus. He was the most decorated Paralympian coming away from Rio 2016. 6 golds and 1 bronze medal. And he will look to outdo that performance in Mexico City in the coming autumn at the World Championships, starting off in preparation here in Berlin and the 5th and final World Series event. Looking to overcome as well his own world record of 53.85 seconds, and if you look at the way he's swimming here, very brisk through the water as well, clawing his way through. He is looking very strong indeed, eyeing up 53.85, just outside of it, 974 points he gets. Second position currently being occupied by the Greek there, and in fact that's now changed hands completely, and first position is now boasted in lane 5 by Kiichi Kimura. Aya Boki will not get gold in this event. It will be the Japanese S11 swimmer by 2 points with 976 there. Aya Boki settling for second and silver, 974, and a world record as well for Mark Evers of the Netherlands, 58.82 from him, defeating his own previous record of 58.88 seconds. He finishes outside the medal positions, but he gets a world record. Demosthensis Mikelenzakis gets bronze. Ayaboki with silver. Keiichi Kimura with the gold. And a world record in there thrown in too for Mark Evers of the Netherlands. That is world record number 12 of the day.
And ladies and gentlemen, so we have a new world record for Mark Evers from Netherlands.
Confirmation of that world record being echoed out on the PA system.
For Mark Evers, congratulations.
Mark Evers defeating his own previous world record there. With 880 classification points, the new S14 world record holder. Just one observation you may have made from the morning session. We have our fantastic officials without whom we could not have events like this on the world stage. They certainly make it run so efficiently. And this morning you will have noticed they were wearing all white. And they've changed for the evening session. And they're now wearing the blue. So they're wearing their evening clothes, that's for sure. Impressing with the blue jerseys. Almost matching the purple big balloons that we have as well at either end of the pool. And if you weren't here in the morning to know what that they say on the balloons, they have 4 hearts with the end point going inwards to make sort of a square shape. And underneath it says laughing hearts. Just the sort of positive phrasing that we like here at the International Deutsche Meisterschaften Championships, that's for sure. As we gear up for our next event, it will be the women's 100 meter butterfly a final, and we await the arrival of those athletes to the poolside. I'm sure they are feeling the nerves behind the tunnel, which is just off the screen there, towards the left-hand side. That is where they come out of, and they are currently behind that, gearing up for this butterfly final. And the reason for the delay is because we are getting ready for the medal ceremony. This is the medals for the 200 freestyle that we saw earlier on today. In the women's category. In the men's category, rather.
Vom Berliner Schwimmteam mit einer Zeit von 2 Minuten 13:64. Justin Kaps. Herzlichen Glückwunsch.
And not only did they get a tremendous medal for their efforts, these para-athletes, they get a fantastic mascot bear as well. What more can you want?
And now the victory ceremony for 200-man Freestyle, the Youth Final International. Und nun die Siegerehrung des internationalen Jugendfinals über 200 Meter Freistil. Third and winner of the bronze medal, representing Great Britain, Jacob Leach. Second and winner of the silver medal representing Iceland, Robert Isak Jonsson. And international youth champion of Germany representing Great Britain, Louise White. Und wir kommen nun zur Siegerehrung über 200 Meter Freistil der Herren in der offenen Klasse. And now victory ceremony, men's 200 meter freestyle open class. On the third place, representing Israel with 859 points, Isaac Mameswalov. Second and winner of the silver medal with 871 points, representing Netherlands, Mikkel Schoenmaker.
Well, the delight there of getting the mascot Teddy seen by these medalists in particular. Michael Schoenmaker on 308.37 securing the silver. And now another British champion, Thomas Hamer.
Thomas Hammer.
Well, I don't think anyone's smile will be as big as bronze medalist there, Isaac Mameswalov, that we saw when he got his mascot bear. He looked absolutely delighted, although Thomas Hamer, with his performance, looks pretty chuffed as well. 9.45 was the points he amassed to secure the gold in that men's 200 meter freestyle final, as we now witness the national anthem of Great Britain.
Ja, meine Damen und Herren, wir gratulieren nochmal allen Platzierten natürlich ganz, ganz herzlich. Congratulations all the medalists. So, Steffen, 2 Weltrekorde hatten wir schon wieder im Finalabschnitt. 10 waren es heute Morgen, 12 sind es jetzt insgesamt. Unglaublich, ja, oder?
Ja, das scheint so zu sein. Das Wasser ist hier extrem schnell und das scheint zu reichen. Die Schwimmer sind alle in guter Form und deswegen werden wahrscheinlich im Laufe dieser Tage hier noch einige Weltrekorde mehr purzeln, könnte ich mir vorstellen.
Und ich will es immer wieder den Zuschauern erklären, die vielleicht nicht so oft beim paralympischen Sport sind und heute hier mal vorbeigekommen sind. Auf meiner Liste zum Beispiel auf dem Platz 5 Mark Evers. Er ist ein Weltrekord.
So just to mark your card as to what's to come tonight and the rest of the finals. As I mentioned earlier, we've got the women's 100 meter butterfly coming up
Und dann kommen
next.
alle sozusagen in einen Topf
And
stürzen.
following that
Tolles Event.
is the men's
Ja,
100-meter breaststroke final.
Der erste Tag mit ganz
After
vielen
that
spannenden
is the
Wettkämpfen, das
women's
kann man so sagen.
100-meter
Und ich
breaststroke
glaube,
final,
wir haben hier
and
für
that will
alle
conclude us
Zuschauer
on day
ganz
number 1
großen und ganz
of the
großen Sport
Internationale Deutsche Meisterschaften
Wenn ich die Ute
Swimming
Schulz jetzt hier so
Championships
angucke, unsere Bundestrainerin ist
here
auch
in Berlin.
sehr, sehr zufrieden mit dem, was da
on what has
passiert
been
ist.
an
Also,
absolutely
das war
splendid
auch wieder
first day,
eine
and
tolle Sache.
I didn't want to big it up too much beforehand when I was with
Und dann machen wir jetzt
Christian
einfach weiter mit dem nächsten Rennen, oder?
on Paul's side before the morning session. I was commenting on how last year there were 9 world records on day number 1. Well, we've had 12 already, and maybe some more to come as well. We've still got 3 finals left. Do not rule it out at all. This is renowned for being a quick pool here in Berlin, but the added incentive of qualification for the Mexico World Championships in the autumn has certainly proved to be an extra cutting edge of competitiveness here, and also the World Series as well, coming to Berlin for the first time. Its inception at the start of the year, beginning in Copenhagen in March, then it went to Sao Paulo, Sheffield after that, Indianapolis, and now we're here in Berlin. And we're ready as well for our next final, the women's 100-meter butterfly. This is the A final, of course. In lane 0 is S10 swimmer from Spain, Isabel Yingua Hernandez Santos. 109.86 was her heat time earlier on today, and she is chasing a S10 world record of 102.6 set by Sophie Pascoe as well. Alicia Berra is in lane 1 from Italy, the S13 athlete. Her time earlier, 107.8. Jessica Jane Applegate, a name you'll become very familiar with over the course of the next few days. If you're not familiar with her already and you're new to para swimming, she's one of the stars of it from Great Britain. She lines up in lane 2. Next to her, in lane 3, is her British teammate, Tony Shaw. She's an S9 swimmer, and 7 years younger than that of Jessica Jane Applegate. She's just 14 years old, is Tony Shaw, and looking ready and definitely not nervous at all
on lane 4
on the international stage.
Paralympics 2016, European champion 2014, and 3 times.
A very focused look there from Sarai Gascon of Spain. She's in lane 4, likewise to Tony Shaw. She's an S9 swimmer, and she also is the best qualified from the heats in terms of points earlier on today, with that time of 109.29. She amassed a total, and that went pretty close to that world record of 106.74 set in the S9 category by Natalie Dutoit in Beijing in 2008. Also in pursuit of that world record is Alice Tai. Very eye-catching jersey that for the British athlete. 110.64 was her qualifying time earlier, and of course her, Sarah Gascon and teammate Tony Shaw are directly racing against each other, and they weren't separated by much earlier on in the heats. That'll be a fascinating battle. There's 10 athlete Alicia Scorsettini is in lane 6. The Italian boasting a time of 108.01 earlier.
She is in a very, very good shape. She is swimming in
next to her
Swedish
is Maria Delgado Nadal.
Paralympics representing Sweden.
S12 athlete, the only S12 athlete in this final as well. Very difficult when you're in your own classification without anybody else in your category. You are racing directly against the clock rather than other contenders. S11 swimmer Maja Rijkaard is in 8 from Sweden, and completing the pool on your screen there is Eri Ike from Japan, S10 athlete. She has 2 other S10 swimmers to contend with in this final. So, going from lanes 0 to 9, it's Hernandez Santos, Berra, Applegate, Shaw, Gascon, Tai, Scocchettini, Nadal, Rijkaard and Ike. This is the women's 100-meter butterfly A final. Due to the fact that there are no swimmers in a lower category than S9, it is a tighter field than we've seen in previous finals so far tonight. That's because the degree of physical impairment is not as substantial the higher up the classifications you go. And the central three lanes, lanes 3, 4 and 5, all being held by S9 athletes. One of them is Sarai Gascon in lane 4. She's the favourite for this. Remember, the time they're in pursuit of, the S9 swimmers, is 106.74. Will it be beaten? It's very close to being beaten. 905 is the time for Sarai Gascon. 108.98 is her time. And she is just a couple of seconds off beating it there. In third spot is Britain's Tony Shaw, and in lane 5 as well is Alice Ty. So it's a Great Britain 2-3. Couple of area finals there as well. Alessia Scocchettini and also Maya Rijkaard, but neither of them can squeeze their way into the top 3. The most points there being acquired by Sarah Gascon. 905 for her. Alice Ty and Tony Shaw in second and third respectively of Great Britain. All the S9 swimmers there topping the leaderboard.
In 1 minute to the victory ceremonies of 100-meter Butterfly. Und liebe Jugendlichen, es wäre doch schön, wenn ihr bei der Siegerehrung dann auch drüben bei der Siegerehrung seid. Wir kommen jetzt gleich zu eurer Jugendsiegerehrung über 100 Meter Butterfly. Also es wäre total nett, wenn ihr euch jetzt ganz schnell darüber zum Siegerpodest begibt, damit wir dann da jetzt gleich die Siegerehrung machen können. And for your information, all the 200-meter freestyle victory ceremonies for women, they are in the end of the competition. So all the victory ceremonies over 200-meter freestyle, they are on the end of the competition. Meine Damen und Herren, die 200-Meter Freistil-Siegerehrungen der Damen sind am Ende des Wettbewerbes.
Ich bitte Anke Delo vom Berliner Schwimmteam und Josia Topp vom Schwimmvereinigung.
Once again, slight pause in proceedings. If you're just joining us, you are joining us at the latter stages here of the live stream on day 1, the evening session, the final session in the Internationale Deutsche Meisterschaften Championships in Berlin. A very good evening to you, or a good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are watching from. It's a pleasure to have your company with us on what has been a staggering opening day of swimming in one of the fastest pools in the world. It's been proven by these world-class athletes exactly why it has got that reputation. No less than 12 world records we have seen being smashed here. Lots of area records as well have been toppled too. And of course, events like these would not be able to run without officials like that. Some of the volunteers on the screen there. You see anyone wearing a snazzy blue t-shirt like that over the course of the next 4 nights. And they are your officials and volunteers who help put these sort of events together. And of course, when it's on the international stage like this, Berlin certainly wants to do itself proud. The 5th and final World Series event in front of the world's eyes, and those officials have certainly made this event so far on day one. Don't want to speak too early, but the event run as smoothly as it has. They've done a superb job, and a few athletes there recognising themselves on the screen. Great to see them supporting their teammates as well, despite the fact they've finished their swimming. They've gone up to the stands and the spectators gallery to witness the remainder of tonight's session. Medal ceremony incoming in a few moments' time. But let's enjoy some shots of the crowd first. That's some of the Netherlands team there, and a very happy coach, and no surprise either. There's been some impressive Dutch performances, and there are still 6 swimmers from the Netherlands to come in the next 2 finals. There are 3 of them in the men's 100 metre breaststroke final, and then another trio in the women's 100 metre breaststroke. A long trip for the Japanese, of course. Not looking the most thrilled at the moment. Probably feeling a bit of jet lag. I know what it's like going the other way, that's for sure, from Europe to East Asia. And it's not the easiest of transitions. Of course, these athletes, some of them will be used to that, the coaches particularly as well. The British coaches there looking, I think they knew they were on camera, slightly embarrassed to admit it. Some of the swimmers nearer down the row looked far more comfortable with the camera being in front of them. Looking very proud there on the podium. It's no surprise as well either. Oh, the winners of medals in the 100 metre butterfly.
Wir gratulieren den 3 Herren ganz herzlich.
Nice touch as well with the medals. You can see there the German colours of black, red and yellow. Just so if swimmers ever forgot where they'd won their medals from, well, they've got a little reference there. If they go to the geography, they'll recognise the colours and they'll know, that was Berlin.
Victory ceremony, men's 100 meter butterfly youth. Hier belegte den 3. Platz, third and winner of the bronze medal, representing New Zealand, Celine Edwards.
These are now the youth winners coming up to the podium, as I'm sure you'll have been able to tell from the announcements. You'll be able to hear very loudly in the background.
Second winner
Irene Edwards there,
silver medal, representing
men's 100 metre butterfly, bronze medalist in the youth category. Looking very proud of his efforts as well, and rightly so.
And international German champion, representing Germany, Adam Karas.
Another medal for Adam Karas there. The one just beforehand, the reason why he's no longer got the German colours around his neck is because that was for German athletes only, and this is the international junior winners, and he's won that as well. Double scoop there, Adam Karas, and a big well done to him. A couple of gold medals for him, and even more importantly, a couple of replica mascots as well. You can see how close it was there between Adam Karas and Barry McClellan. Just 1 point separating them. It really could have been either of Karas or McClellan taking away that gold medal. But it is the home favourite, Adam Karras, that manages to do it. 754 points for him. And takes away 2 gold medals in very quick succession indeed.
And ladies and gentlemen, victory ceremony, men's 100 Meter Butterfly Open Class. Meine Damen und Herren, das Ergebnis des 100 Meter Schmetterlingsschwimmens der Herren der offenen Klasse. Hier belegte den 3. Platz, third and winner of the bronze medal with 923 points, representing Greece, Timosthenes Michalentzakis. Zweiter, second winner of the silver medal with 974 points, representing Belarus, Ihar Boki.
These are the winners of the medals from the 100 meter butterfly A final, and it was an almightily close one. And here he is, the man of the moment, taking the gold medal, and right to the end it did not seem that he was in the picture. Keiichi Kimura. Looked like Ihar Boki had got it instead, and how we were wrong. The Japanese athlete getting gold there. And a big smile on his face as well, which is fantastic to see. Keiichi Kimura 2 points ahead of Ihar Boki, and that is no means feat. Ihar Boki, the most decorated Paralympic athlete coming away from Rio de Janeiro with 6 gold medals and 1 bronze. And he had to settle for silver today in Berlin because of that man there in the centre of your screen as we hear the Japanese national anthem.
Congratulations.
Once again, a big congratulations to all our medal winners, and even those that didn't manage to get on the podium. It's fantastic endeavour and courage that we have seen on day number 1 of these championships, and it is certainly an element of para swimming that you get right throughout the sport. And there's still more of it to come. We have 2 races left. They both are in the 100 metre breaststroke discipline. We've got the men's final to come. After that will be the women's. And that will conclude the competitive racing for tonight. I certainly hope you've enjoyed what you've been watching so far today on the live stream, wherever you are in the world. And let's hope that the best has been saved for the last 2. There's your start list for the A final. Again, a variety of categories in this, and nations as well. It spans from SB3 all the way up to SB14. In lane 0, from Kazakhstan, is Anwar Akhmetov, SB12 swimmer from Kazakhstan. Nice wave for the crowd there as well. That certainly is calmness personified. Karl Forsman is in lane 1. He's an SB5 swimmer. The time he'll be aiming for is 1:30.07, and earlier he was just 6 seconds off that. Has he got something extra to give here in order to get as close to 1,000 points as possible? We'll wait and see. In lane 2, SB4 swimmer, there's Antonius Sapakakis, who is chasing the legend that is Daniel Diaz's 1:32.27 record. Mark Evers, he's managed to stick himself a couple of records on the board today. Will another one be forthcoming? He's an SB14 swimmer, and in lane 3 representing the Netherlands. In 4 from Spain is Oscar Salguero Galisteo, SB8 swimmer of the age of 19 years.
Lane 3, Paralympic
next to him, also from the Netherlands, is Duncan van Haren. He is the youngest swimmer in this final, of 17 years of age, the only swimmer born in the year 2000 or later.
And on lane 4,
and
the
it's
Paralympics champion
definitely been encouraging so far. It's a very encouraging time this for Dutch para swimming. They've certainly got a lot of names in the women's and the men's side of the sport coming onto the scene. Young swimmers really making a name for themselves at these sort of World Series events, and especially when you've got a World Championships around the corner and you've still got 3 years to go until the next Olympics. It makes good reading for the Netherlands, and they'll be looking to go to Tokyo 2020 and those Paralympic Games on a high. And it's an event like these where they look to do so. In lane 6 from Germany is Torben Schmidtke, SB6 swimmer. Just been announced to the crowd there. That's probably the loudest reception we've had so far from a swimmer. No surprise that it is someone from Germany. In lane 7 from Spain is Miguel Luca, who's the oldest swimmer in the pool for this one, born in 1976. In lane 8 there, James Leroux of Canada, SB9 swimmer, and you can see there just to the right of his body as we look at it, the Paralympic symbol. Just shows how much this sport means to a lot of these athletes. We've seen a lot of those tattoos. Tim van Joren there, the third of the Dutch swimmers taking part in this final. As I said earlier on, we've still got 3 more Dutch swimmers to come in the women's 100-metre breaststroke final. But now all eyes are firmly on this one. This is the men's 100-metre breaststroke A final, live here in Berlin.
So, und jetzt heißt es wieder kräftig die Daumen drücken hier für.
So this is the last men's event of this opening day. Will any of these men be able to add another world record to the tally of 12 that we already have? Eyes will be on Oscar Salguero Galisteo in lane 4 of Spain. He was the best qualifier for this final in the heats with the highest points. He got a time of 1 minute 9.67 seconds, and the world record in the SB8 category he'll be looking to pursue is that of Andre Kalina, that time 107.01. So on the turn for home we are on now. Duncan van Haren is the one leading the way. The Dutch swimmer is chasing the SB9 record of 104.02. He's very close to 1,000, as are many of these athletes coming in towards the touch. 8.61 is the first time there. It will be beaten though, and it'll be beaten in lane number 4 by Oscar Salguero Galisteo, the favourite for this one. 892 points he boasts, and it's looking very good for him indeed. It's still not over though, as they're coming towards the wall. Do we have higher than that is the big question. Still 892 is the main score. In second spot is Duncan van Haren on 861, and on 842, currently in third, are the Netherlands again, but they'll quickly be ousted because in lane 2, how about that from Antonius Sapakakis? He gets 874 points. It's not gold medal winning form, but it is definitely silver medal winning form. He pushes Duncan van Haren down to third, and the last to complete that is Miguel Lucia. But wonderful stuff from the Spaniard, and all these athletes, in fact. James LaRue not even getting on the medal table, but still getting an area record. Oscar Salguero Galisteo is the final male champion on day one here at the International Deutsche Meisterschaften Swimming Championships 2017. 892 points. Antonius Sapatakis in second with silver, and Duncan van Haren manages to pip his Dutch teammate Mark Evers into the bronze medal position. So that concludes us for the men's event tonight. Do stick around because we still have the finale to come. It's the women's 100-meter breaststroke final. It'll be coming up in a few moments' time. We do have a couple of medal ceremonies to take place first, including the youth ceremony and the German ceremony for the 100-meter women's butterfly final earlier on, and also the women's A final for the 100-meter butterfly as well.
And a
very big thank you to you as well today. Not only have we had fantastic swimming in the pool, but it's fantastic to have so many of you along with us as well on the stream, wherever you're watching around the world. It is greatly appreciated. We do hope you come back again tomorrow for even more of the action, because I like to think that day one we may have had 12 world records, but this is just a taster of what's to come over the next few days or so. 9 o'clock coverage starts tomorrow with the heats again, and we'll be back for the finals at the same time of around 5 o'clock. Do make sure you join us for that. Let's be honest, you'll be pretty foolish to be elsewhere tomorrow if you weren't watching this.
Und noch einmal die Bitte zur Siegerehrung Marlene Endrolat. Please come to the victory ceremony. Tony Shaw, Sofia Konkoli, Chantal Sjöderveld.
Don't know how good your quality of screen is at home. Just to reassure you, the man there on the front near the balcony on the shot, he is wearing trousers. They are strangely coloured so that it makes it quite ambiguous, but he is clothed, which is a relief. I don't know how pixelated your screens are at home. If it was a bit blurred, then you may have been having second thoughts. But as he trudges away there, he is a clothed man. There are some of our volunteers just working out what's right and what's wrong, and what's been happening in the pool. Making sure that those who are up for the podium positions are present and correct. And we will soon have that medal presentation on its way. Whenever a race is not on, believe me that poolside still remains a hive of activity, making sure that everything is in order. Well, not just the swims in the pool, but also the presentations as well. And you can see there some of the volunteers that will be giving out those much sought after mascot teddy bears to the champions. Just awaiting what will be the penultimate session of medal ceremonies. Of course, we'll have the 2 medal ceremonies coming up in the 100-metre butterfly for the youth and the women's A final as well. Then we conclude the racing tonight with the 100-metre breaststroke women's final. And then the final batch of medal ceremonies will take place after that, and that is why they're so well stocked up with the baskets of teddies there. They'll need them.
Und wir möchten euch bitten, wir haben dann gleich eine Siegerehrung, dann einen Lauf nochmal und danach bitte zur Siegerehrung bereithalten. Torben Schmidtke, Talisso Engel, Daniel Simon, Johannes Weinberg and Oscar Galisteo, Antonios Zapakakis and Duncan van Haren. So we have this victory ceremony after the next race. Alles. Jugend offen? Alles, ja. Auch international. And we have Meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, wir kommen nun zur Siegerehrung.
Well, the Star Wars theme will become synonymous with these medal ceremonies of the course of the next 4 days or so. And the eagerly anticipated awarding of medals is on its way now, and it begins with the youth winners of the 100-metre butterfly women's event.
Herzlichen Glückwunsch. Victory Ceremony Women's 100-meter Butterfly Youth International Final. Third and winner of the bronze medal with 645 points, representing Netherlands, Chantal Sierrawald. Second with 791 points, representing Hungary, Sofia Konkoli. And international youth champion women's 100-meter butterfly, representing Great Britain, Tony Shaw. That was Great Britain. Congratulations. Beautiful noise for Tony Shaw. Victory Ceremony Women's 100-meter butterfly open class. Third and winner of the bronze medal with 845 points, representing Great Britain, Tony Shaw. Second and winner of the silver medal with 868 points, also representing Great Britain, Alice Tai. And gold medalist and international German champion with 905 points, representing Spain, Sarai Gascon. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up, rise if you can, for the national anthem of Spain. Meine Damen und Herren, bitte erheben Sie sich von Ihren Plätzen, sofern Sie es können, für die Nationalhymne Spaniens. Alles ist gut. Alles ist gut. Congratulations. So, Steffen, der erste Tag. Wir haben noch Siegerehrung, aber wir haben jetzt erstmal das letzte Rennen, oder?
Ja, genau. Wir kommen noch zum allerletzten Finale.
Well, I'm not sure if that's deliberate or not, but you can see the balloon on the bottom right there. It seems to have lost its height. Day one, and some balloons are on the descent. Is it going back up again? There we go. Back to its rightful place. Thought it deflated for a moment there. That would have been a very sad sight indeed, but it's up, and things get even better as well, because we've still got one more final to come. It's the women's 100-meter breaststroke A final. And what a star-studded lineup we have here as well. In lane 0, representing Great Britain, is the SB14 swimmer Louise Fidds, 16 years of age. And another one of the British athletes donning that wonderful costume. I do wonder what the inspiration for that design was. It's quite eye-catching, that's for sure. Can't miss that. Anastasia Zuzilava is in lane 1. She's from Belarus. In 2, well, I spoke a lot about this girl today, and here she is in the pool again, trying to get her first world record of the day. It would be her 19th in the space of 3 years, which would be astounding. It's Lisette Brunsma, of course. In lane 3 is her Dutch teammate, Chantal Zijdeveld, and she is one of 3 Dutch swimmers in this one. Of course, we've already mentioned Lisette Brunsma, but also next to her is Lisa Kruger, this swimmer here, SB9 athlete, in the distinctive Dutch orange. In lane 5 is Sarah Louise Rung, who has been very impressive today. She's come close several times to the world record level. The Norwegian swimmer, SB4 category, definitely worth keeping an eye on in this race, as is all of these swimmers. In lane 6, from Great Britain, you can see there in the pink is Maisie Summers-Newton. She's the youngest swimmer in the pool here at the age of 15. She's an SB6 athlete, and she looks very determined indeed to get into the pool and show us what she can do. In lane 7 is Giulia Ghirietti of Italy. You can just see her there with the gold cap. Will it be gold that she'll be wearing around her chest at the end of this race? She'll certainly hope so, but it's definitely a very difficult pool indeed to contend with. Lane 8 there, Rebecca Redfern of Great Britain, SB13 athlete. Certainly back at home, she is a household name when it comes to para swimming. Just to her left there, on the right as we look, in the pink, completing the pool, lane 9, Paulina Wozniak of Poland, SB8 athlete.
And on lane 9.
Well, touched on Sarah Louise Rung in lane 5, being close to a couple of world records today. She actually is the holder of the world record in the SB4 category. She got it in 2014 in her home country of Norway, and that was in a time of 1:43.87. Will she overcome that today? Will she get 1,000 points? Will anybody topple her for a potential goal? There's certainly a lot of competition out there. This is the final race of the evening. It's the women's 100-meter breaststroke, a final.
Ja, meine Damen und Herren, und hier in diesem Rennen auf der Bahn.
Great thing about this World Series is the fact that it may not be a World Championship, it may not even be a European Championship, but still there are so many fantastic global names that take part in these events here. It's an all-studied lineup of some of the best female European breaststrokers knocking around on the para swimming suite. Who will come out on top? Leading the way is Lisa Kruger. 1:15.51 was her entry time earlier today. She also got the fastest points as well. She's an SB9 swimmer, and she's chasing her own world record that she set in the Paralympics in Rio de Janeiro in 2016. The time was 1:15.47. Right next to her, though, you can see in the green is Chantal Zuidveld, her teammate from the Netherlands, and they are both SB9 swimmers, and this is out and out racing here. You don't get it much in the multi-class system, but you're certainly getting it now. 9:82 is the winning time. It's Lisa Kruger that gets it. 1:15.66 was the time, and it is so close to the world record, but not close enough. Elsewhere, it looks as if it will be a 1-2-3 for the Netherlands. That's as long as Maisie Summers-Newton doesn't get there in a better point time, 8:66, and she does as well. So, Maisie Summers-Newton looks as if she's going to get third spot here. What will Sarah Louise Rung do? 9:36. Propels herself into the bronze medal position. That is that at the end of today's swimming, and what a fantastic finish that was. We said there was so much talent in the pool there, all but one of the swimmers scoring over 800 points. A star-studded lineup, a wonderful way to end the first day of finals here in Berlin at the International Deutsche Meisterschaften Swimming Championships. And we look at the confirmed times there. Maisie Summers-Newton was awfully close to a bronze medal. She does get an area record, but they are your front three at the top. Lisa Kruger on 9:82 is the gold medalist. It's a Netherlands 1-2 completed by Chantal Zuidveld on 9:63. And completing the podium, Sarah Louise Rung on 936.
Bevor wir zu den Siegerehrungen kommen, haben wir noch den Wettkampf Nummer 602.
That completes us then for the swimming today. Make sure you don't go just yet, as we do still have medal ceremonies for both the men's juniors, the women's juniors, the men's senior and the women's senior as well to come.
We have now another race, 200-meter freestyle woman on lane 5, starting for Germany. Gina Böttcher on lane 7, starting for Germany. Nele Sorgatz.
So, getting word in that we have a reswim of a final. As you can see on the screen there, it's the women's 200-meter freestyle between Gina Böttcher and Nele Sorgatz. That's for swimmer Gina Böttcher, and Nele Sorgatz is an AB swimmer. They'll be swimming in lanes 5 and 7 respectively, both from Germany. And I think some of the organisers have heard what I've been saying about how great today's racing's been, and they've thought, right, let's put another race on then. And they have duly obliged. So, one last race for you, ladies and gentlemen. A straight swim off between the two German athletes, Sorgatz in 7 and Butcher in 5.
Ich bitte einen Vertreter des Schwimmvereins Erlangen zu mir an den Sprechertisch oder aber Josia Topp vom Schwimmverein Erlangen zu mir an den Sprechertisch zu kommen. Danke.
Ja, und hallo. Ja, und ich bin Steffen jetzt schnell mal gelaufen zu unserer Bundestrainerin, die sich dieses Rennen hier, dieses Extra-Rennen genau anguckt. Ude, was ist das Spezielle?
Das Spezielle ist, dass wir einen Protest gegen die
This, of course, is the 200-meter freestyle event coming up towards the quarter-way mark, and of course there will be a difference between first and second in terms of time, as we've seen quite a lot over the course of the day in the multi-class events, but it's all about the points, and these two were tied to the hip in terms of points. They couldn't be separated, but they're going to have to be now in this swim-off. It's going to be fascinating to see who manages to come out on top out of the two.
Da müssen wir die junge Dame jetzt mächtig unterstützen. Das war natürlich noch richtig Stress für sie hier vorher noch mal bei den Klassifizierern alles standzuhalten. Was für eine Zeit, Ute, muss sie denn jetzt bringen hier?
Ich denke, sie versucht noch mal die Zeit von dem Vorlauf zu schwimmen. Ich habe sie jetzt nicht im Kopf, weil die Gina ist für mich noch eine recht neue Athletin in der Nationalmannschaft,
Sorgatz leading things.
weil sie eine recht
The AB swimmer there, who is from Germany, like both of these swimmers are, but she's from the Potsdam swimming team.
Wie ist sie unterwegs?
Sie ist jetzt 1,44 durchgegangen.
And she's
Das wird ein
going
bisschen
about her
knapp
stroke
werden. Nee,
very
3,46
nicely indeed at the moment.
Ich denke, sie ist jetzt
Not
hochmotiviert,
overdoing
noch ein
things,
bisschen
making sure
Adrenalin im Blut.
she has enough stamina left for the final 50. It's been a very long day for these swimmers, especially these two now having the task of doing an extra 200 meters as well. They're past the halfway point, which will give them great optimism and positivity going into the dying embers now of this final race of the night.
86, du bist optimistisch.
Ich bin sehr optimistisch.
So, dann wollen wir gucken, wie das hier ausgeht.
Sorgatz, an AB swimmer, which means that she is
57 Sekunden gebraucht. Und
not necessarily recognised in a particular classification, but nonetheless she does have enough of a physical impairment to be involved in these para events. Now, what time can she get? What points can she muster? 3:05.04 is the time. That is 263 points. So the next question is, will it possibly be beaten? They tied earlier on in the 200-meter freestyle final. Will anything separate them? This time around, it's going to have to. It's all about the points, and this looks like some mightily impressive points being conjured up here. 725, no doubt about that at all. 339.17, the time coming in there. And we're going to get those results up on the screen for you now. Now Sorgatz on 3:05.04, got the quicker time, but it's Gina Butcher on 725 points that takes that swim off there in the women's 200-meter freestyle. So that time around, we can now conclude the evening's events for the swimming, and as I say, we've got a few medal ceremonies to come. Definitely worth sticking around for, as we see and congratulate the winners of all the medals tonight, but in particular the next 4 medal ceremonies to come. The junior men's and women's 100-meter breaststroke, and the medalists from the senior men's and women's 100-meter breaststroke as well. They're coming up in the next few moments also. And do make sure you stick around, stay tuned for the ceremonies.
Und noch einmal, ich bitte dann jetzt zur Siegerehrung Torben Schmidtke, Talisso Engel, Daniel Simon, Johannes Weinberg, Oskar Galisteo, Antonios Zapatakis und Duncan van Horen. Und wir freuen uns sehr, dass diese Siegerehrung vorgenommen wird von Dr. Dagmar Kubanski vom Präsidium des Behindertensportverbandes Berlin. Und wir kommen dann zur Siegerehrung über 100 Meter Brust der deutschen Herren.
It's that time again. The Star Wars theme plays out in the Europa Sports Park, the SSE Swimming Center here in Berlin.
Den dritten Platz belegte und somit die
Christian, our announcer, will take you through the medalists.
1949 mit 677 Punkten Daniel Simon. Zweiter wurde von der SG Bayer mit 688 Punkten Talisso Engel. Und deutscher Meister wurde vom SC Potsdam mit 834 Punkten Torben Schmidtke. Herzlichen Glückwunsch! Und meine Damen und Herren, wir kommen zur Siegerehrung der jungen deutschen Herren, das Jugendfinale. Hier belegte den zweiten Platz vom TV 1860 Immenstadt Johannes Weinberg. Und deutscher Jugendmeister wurde von der SG Bayer Talisso Engel. Herzlichen Glückwunsch. And now we come to the victory ceremony Youth International Final. Third and winner of the bronze medal representing Hungary, Ivan Bence. Second and winner of the silver medal representing Germany, Taliso Engel. And International Youth Champion 2017 in Berlin with 861 points representing Netherlands, Duncan van Horen. Congratulations. Victory ceremony, 100-meter breaststroke, man open class. Third and winner of the bronze medal representing Netherlands with 861 points, Duncan van Horen. Second and winner of the silver medal with 874 points representing Greece, Antonios Zapatakis. And International German Champion 2017 with 892 points representing Spain, Oscar Salguero Galisteo. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up, rise if you can for the national anthem of Spain. Meine Damen und Herren, bitte erheben Sie sich von Ihren Plätzen für die Nationalhymne Spaniens.
Für die Siegerehrung 200 Meter Freistil der Frauen halten sich jetzt bitte bereit Felicia Labera, Kim Snyder, Gina Böttcher, Bianca Papp, Lisa Kruger, Lisette Brusina, Gina Böttcher, Janina Breuer, Sarah Louise Rang, Bethany Furs und Monika Boggioni. Please come to the victory ceremony, 200 Meter Freestyle.
Und dann sage ich schon mal, meine Damen und Herren, für die Offiziellen hier an dieser Stelle ein herzliches Dankeschön. Euer Chef, der Ingmar Hahn, hat morgen zu 8:15 Uhr das Official Meeting gemacht. The meeting point tomorrow for the ITO World Para Swimming Level 2 is 8 o'clock in the morning here.
And that sees us done then for day number 1 here at the International Deutsche Meisterschaften Schwimmen Championships 2017 here in Berlin. I've been Jonathan Bell, and I'll be Jonathan Bell again tomorrow and with you all the way through until Sunday and day number 4. A fantastic day 1 here with 12 world records tumbling. That's 3 more than the amount of world records that were smashed on day 1 of these championships last year. So thank you very much for watching on the live stream wherever you've been today. I hope you've enjoyed the action just as much as I have, and make sure you do join us again tomorrow, 9 o'clock local time here in Berlin. That's 8 o'clock British summer time. And until then, we'll see you tomorrow.
Meine Damen und Herren, wir kommen nun zur Siegerehrung über 100 Meter Brust der deutschen Damen. Hier belegte den 3. Platz mit 688 Punkten Verena Schott vom Berliner Schwimmteam. Zweite wurde von Hanse SV Rostock mit 889, einem Punkt mehr, Nele Labuda. Und deutsche Meisterin in der offenen Klasse wurde vom Berliner Schwimmteam mit 753 Punkten Emily Telle. Herzlichen Glückwunsch den Damen. Und wir kommen zur Siegerehrung der jungen Damen Jugendfinale über 100 Meter Brust der jungen Damen. Hier belegte den 3. Platz vom SV Göppingen 04 Marlene Endrolat. Zweite wurde vom Berliner Schwimmteam Lea Stengel. Und sie darf sich jetzt Deutsche Jugendmeisterin 2017 nennen, von Hanse SV Rostock mit 689 Punkten, Nele Labuda. Herzlichen Glückwunsch den Damen. And now we are by the victory ceremony, women's 100 meter breaststroke youth international final. With a new European record and 866 points representing Great Britain, Maisie Summers-Newton. Second and winner of the silver medal with 963 points, Chantal Sierderfeld. And international German youth champion with 982 points, representing Netherlands, Lisa Kruger. Congratulations to the medalist. Thank you, ladies. And now, ladies and gentlemen, victory ceremony, women's 100-meter breaststroke open class. Third and winner of the bronze medal with 936 points, representing Norway, Sara Louise Rung. Second and winner of the silver medal with 963 points, representing Netherlands, Chantal Sierderfeld. And international German champion and winner of the gold medal with 982 points, representing Netherlands, Lisa Kruger. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up, rise if you can for the national anthem of Netherlands. Meine Damen und Herren, bitte heben Sie sich von Ihren Plätzen für die Nationalhymne der Niederlande.
Perhaps the best rendition of a national anthem we're going to see over the course of the next 4 days. That was a super duet there between Lisa Kruger and Chantal Sierderfeld.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the last victory ceremony for today. It's 200-meter freestyle.
Final ceremony on the way after I prematurely said my farewells. Will definitely be one worth sticking around for, as it's the medal ceremony.
Hier belegte den dritten Platz vom SC Potsdam Gina Böttcher. Den zweiten Platz belegte vom Berliner Schwimmteam Janina Breuer. Und deutsche Meisterin wurde über die 200 Meter Freistil vom SC Potsdam Maike Naomi Schnittke. Ja, es tut mir jetzt sehr leid für die Gina, dass die Janina und die Maike Naomi jetzt nicht da sind. Nichtsdestotrotz kommen wir zur Siegerehrung der Jugend, deutsche Jugendmeister. Über 200 Meter Freistil der jungen Damen belegte in der Altersklasse der Jugend den dritten Platz vom SC Potsdam Felicia Laberer. Zweite wurde vom VfS Rödermark Kim Snyder. Und deutsche Jugendmeisterin wurde vom SC Potsdam Gina Böttcher. Ja, herzlichen Glückwunsch den Damen. Victory ceremony, women's 200 meter freestyle, Youth International. On the third place with 762 points, representing Hungary, Bianca Papp. Silver medalist with 774 points, representing Netherlands, Lisa Kruger. And international youth champion representing Netherlands, Lisette Brunsma. Congratulations. And now, ladies and gentlemen, definitely the last victory ceremony for the first day of the International German Championships here in Berlin. Women's 200 meter freestyle. On the third place with 921 points, representing Norway, Sarah Louise Rung. second, winner of the silver medal with 945 points, representing Great Britain, Bethany Firth. And she is swimming a new world record today here in the water. 1,042 points, representing Italy, Monica Boccioni. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up, rise if you can, for the national anthem of Italy. Meine Damen und Herren, erheben Sie sich ein letztes Mal von Ihren Plätzen für die Nationalhymne Italiens.
Well, it's certainly a long national anthem to stand through, but certainly stand through it with pride. Did the Italian swimmer that? That was the final medal ceremony of the night, and Giulietti with a Monica Boccioni with a score of 1,042, securing her the gold. But if you look at the other two scores there on the podium as well, Bethany Firth 945 and Sarah Louise Rung getting bronze on 921. It just shows you how strong a pool that was in the final of the night in the women's 100 breaststroke. So that does now see us done for the day, and thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you will join us again on the live stream tomorrow, where we will do it all over again from 9 o'clock. Do join us then. That is local time, of course, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock British summertime. But until that, have a very good evening wherever you are, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
For good music, Christian is always for you there. Give him best wishes. And Steffen, you jump into the water, or what you are doing now?
I don't know, I think I don't.
But we are a little bit thirsty, that's right?
That's right, we are.
We are thirsty. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you enjoy Berlin on this beautiful evening, and we see us tomorrow, latest 9 o'clock. Bye-bye.